Hi guys, Berry Babe checking in. Okay, big question. How did the fast go? I had to check to see when I vlogged last because I knew it had been several days. My last vlog was on day 5 of the fast. At that time I had started to feel kind of weak and fey. F-E-Y is the word that I use. Just kind of not quite 100%. So day 6, I was still having those symptoms, and it was even hard to stand up and do much of anything. Basically, I spent 4 days just kind of horizontal, which, in and of itself might have attributed to some of the weakness. But on day 6, I started doing bone broth. I did 2 bone broth, and then at night, I ate a couple spoons of cottage cheese. I just was feeling empty. On the 7th day, day 5 I was 144.4. Then day 6 I dropped to 142.9. Day 7 I dropped to 142, but I had to stay in bed till noon to get that. The earlier you get up, the more you pee, the more you pee, the more you sleep, the more you lose. Monday, which was the first day after the fast, I was 142.4, and today I was 142.2. On the 7th day, I did 2 bone broths, but I also did 2 quarter cups of cottage cheese because I just really felt like I was not getting enough. I felt so empty, so empty. So yesterday was Monday. When I broke the fast, I had during the day 1 bone broth, I think, and 2 cottage cheeses and 1 Quest bar that I spread out. Quest bars just feel so substantial to me, like, okay, that's really something in there. But I've had RNY, so I have a pouch, and for dinner I had 3 soft-boiled eggs on a piece of Killer Dave's seeded bread, which is 9 net carbs, which I'd eaten very few carbs during the day, so I felt okay with that. And I felt good. I felt good going to bed. Well, then about 10 o'clock I did my vitamins, and I ate dinner quite late, and all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, I've never quite had a feeling like that before. I had a stomach ache. Well, I don't have a traditional stomach. And, they warn you about refeeding trauma or whatever. And when I did my fast the last time, I came off and started eating, and there was no big deal. But it almost felt like what I was feeling was my pouch emptying and coming down into the intestinal tract that I still have left. And it was about an hour of extreme discomfort in my lower abdomen. Now, getting back into eating and low carb eating, I usually end up with bathroom issues. So this next few days, my goal is to not have a weight gain because of the refeeding. And I'm still doing HCG, so I was hoping that the loss on the HCG would balance out any refeeding weight. But then I also have to deal with the weight of the internal food that doesn't leave. So I had to laugh my husband. For the first time that I can remember, he was constipated, and it was like emergency. You have to do something for me this minute. And I was trying to sleep so I could get my weight down. So I had some Phillips Milk Magnesia pills that I gave him, and then later in the day I gave him a couple of Fleets and some suppositories, but fortunately then he took care of it on his own. But for all these months that he's been doing low carb, that was his first time having a problem. But he's eating a lot more fat. He's eating cheese and he's using olive oil. He had been up 3 pounds last week. He was down 3.5 pounds this week. So he lost his 3 pounds from the 3 cheat days. And they weren't wild and crazy cheat days, just eating more maybe inappropriate foods. So he's back on track. So 142.2 at about 8 o'clock. My goal, now I'll stop at 140 when I hit 140 2 days in a row. Because 140 is where I want to be. That'll be a good LDW. And then I'll decide what to do from there. I'm heavy ketosis. One day I saw 4 millimolars, which they say if you are 0.5 to 3, you're doing well. The next day I was 1.5, which is excellent. Last night I blew 6 red on my ketonics, which is solid. This morning I was still even 5. So I managed my carbs well yesterday, but you know what? The craving started again. I had a loaf of bread out in the freezer in the trailer, that Dave's Killer skinny bread, and it's 60 calories a slice, 9 net carbs. And I had a piece for dinner, but then it was calling me. Thank God I didn't eat anymore because I really would have been miserable. But, you know, all that Easter stuff that I had beforehand. So I have a feeling I'm going to be slamming stuff into the food safes. And the ones for the refrigerator and the freezer came. So I have a feeling I might be using those. So far I've done okay. Last night, I really am getting off on having those red blinks. And I have the blue, so it's set at, it starts red at 45, which is good solid ketosis. So when you're up, I'm assuming there are 10 blinks or 9 blinks. I've never really been able to figure out how many blinks in between, whether it's 9 or 10. With the lower ones, you hit and then you have 9 or 10, like yellow, you have 9 or 10 blinks before it hits red. But historically, if I've hit red, so I've been wondering if my lousy feeling has been keto flu. Might be, because I'm solid heavy. I did a keto strip and I dipped darker than I've ever dipped in my life. So last night when I thought about the mouthfeel, like, you know, oh, wouldn't one of those things feel good in my mouth? Because I can remember it was like, but you'll lose red blips. You don't want to lose red blips. I'm so extrinsically motivated. So I don't want to lose my red blip. So that's going to be the game, you know, trying to craft my ongoing diet so I stay in the red blips. Because if I stay in the red blips, that's going to be good. And as much as I want to eat that crap, I really want what keto promises, you know, the energy and the head clearing and the body inflammation going. And I do have somewhere, and I took it with me in the trailer, but now I don't know where it went. We both hauled in things from the trailer, and I've got stuff all over the house. And he may have dumped stuff in the garage that I have to go looking for. It's, oh shoot. It's the keto salts that is supposed to, it's like some people are doing Keto OS. It's a similar product. It gives you the sensation of being keto adapted. It raises your ketones sky high. It doesn't do anything to have you stay in ketosis. It doesn't help you get to be keto adapted, except it's supposed to help overcome the feelings of keto flu. And so I just really I looked for it one day and I kind of forgot about it, but I'm thinking about it again, that I really need to look for that and try that, because I'm hoping mine doesn't have caffeine in it, because I really don't want the caffeine. But if I were able to feel that blossoming energy, clear-headedness, that would tell me, you want this for all the time. Because all the people that get to keto adapted talk about how wonderful it is and how lousy they feel when they eat the carbs. And most of them promise that you really don't care that you can't eat the carbs once you're fully keto adapted. That's hard for me to believe. So part of me thinks, okay, you've got this item that you want to put in your mouth, and you have really good motor memories about that. If you choose to eat one of these, you're going to eat it and it'll be gone, and you'll enjoy it for the minute, maybe, if you can make it last that long, and then it will be a memory. So save yourself the carbs and just go into your motor memory. I'm gonna have to think about that. I may be able to do some imaging. You know, I've had pretty good success with doing imagery. But, you know, a lot of the things that I do for getting through, like I'm making lemonade with decreasing amounts of lemon juice, but then the liquid sucralose and water, and it's really very good. And just a swallow or two of that, it's like feeds, I suppose it's feeding the addiction. You know, gum. When I listen to some of the people that are on these podcasts, they say just the chewing sets your insulin up to get ready for food. The sweet tells your insulin, sweet is coming, get ready. All of these things not only set your insulin up to increase, but also makes you crave carbs. So I'm not ready, and I suppose Quest Bar, that has some sweetness in it. I'm not ready to give that stuff up. Maybe someday, but I used to drink iced tea, but I gave that up because it was staining my teeth so much that I thought, ooh, I need a break from this. So, can you tell what time of day it is? I am going to get my allergy shot. They were closed all last week, and I just couldn't make it up and out yesterday. So that, and then I have a gift card to Macy's with some coupons. I may stop by there and see what's going on. And I have some stuff waiting for me at the library. So I'm back. I don't know how often I'll vlog. I didn't even get dressed the last 3 or 4 days, so when I don't even have the energy to put any clothes on other than sweats, I don't really feel like coming out here to vlog. And this is my vlogging place. So that's all for now. I'm almost at 14 minutes. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.